Adult Swim has been quite transparent about the significance of the spaghetti episode in the upcoming season of the show. Given that the season hasn't really concentrated on the canon so far, it didn't seem like it would make much of an impression. But there was something fascinating about Rick's renowned spaghetti setting the tone for everything. Only to disclose that, in reality, it's all about Morty. The president of Adult Swim couldn't wait for fans to see the spaghetti episode of Season 7 that Rick and Morty has been teasing as one of the major highlights from earlier seasons like Pickle Rick or the Vat of Acid episode. So much so that fans have high expectations for what they will see. Here's a breakdown of everything that went down in Episode 4, titled That's a Mort. As the Smith family celebrates the newest Spaghetti Thursday, Rick wants to join in with a pan of his famous spaghetti. The family reveals how much they adore this spaghetti and goes into detail about how delicious it is. As the cold open ends, it eventually becomes apparent that he is removing spaghetti from someone's ribcage. It is revealed after the opening sequence that Rick really travels to a world where people commit themselves and their insides turn to spaghetti. It is demonstrated by displaying to Morty a few corpses out of morgue in an alternate reality, explaining that their insides essentially transform into a large noodle and a suitable sauce. Rick accidentally hits himself with his own memory wiper when a doctor tries to stop them. Their bodies are the best spaghetti in the universe, which is why he keeps doing it. In an attempt to pay tribute to the most recent person Rick stole spaghetti from, Morty decides to go to one of their funerals and demands the identities of all the people they have eaten from thus far. At this point, Morty stands before everyone present and admits to eating the corpse and explaining how doing so bonded his family. Naturally, though, it doesn't end well. The other members of the Smith family eventually learn that they have been consuming human flesh. Morty's revelation that they were eating people in the first place has infuriated the family much more than the fact that they were eating humans. As soon as Morty meets the president, he receives an invitation to Spaghetti Planet in a little ship where they merely want to talk. In an attempt to learn more about Earth, Morty consumes a plate of spaghetti in front of them because he wants to witness it for himself. They even ask him to serve as their planet's envoy. After requesting further information about how Morty discovered the spaghetti, he requests to take it with him and feed it to his family while traveling, without disclosing to him that they are real people. As it is evident that the planet has begun exploiting the edible insides of its people to feed the rest of the planet, Rick arrives with a can full of Morty's suicide spaghetti. The Spaghetti People plant has been destroyed as a result, and the cans have been selling out to other worlds throughout the cosmos. In order to get people to commit suicide and change into spaghetti that they could sell with Morty as their mascot, they intentionally made their planet as horrible as possible. They speak with the president of Spaghetti Planet after the commercial break, and he discloses that the company has grown so important to their economy that shutting it now would completely collapse. Asking Rick for assistance, Morty says he will stop investigating what Rick does and try to figure out the morality of it if Rick agrees to help. Morty then proposes that they should make individuals expressly for the purpose of turning them into spaghetti rather than using humans. When the cloned individuals reject turning into spaghetti, Morty says they might instead become less human. However, this fails. The end result is a torso that can take its own life and turn into spaghetti. Morty advises giving it a claw-like hand so it can perform the job. Rick's experimental results indicate that none of the new inventions actually work. Before long, people defending the rights of torsos and others desiring more traditional spaghetti attack the spaghetti factory. But since they all destroy each other, nothing truly works out. Rick may have to synthesize pasta in order to save Pasta Planet from alien invasion, which eventually forces humans to commit suicide. Rick calls the rest of the world to inform them that he is on his way to deliver spaghetti after discovering that the last person on the Earth wishes to commit suicide, because they only have a few months to live. This last person's life, which is shown to the rest of the world as he commits suicide, is full of both happy and sad moments, such as creating a product that looks like Legos. As he expires, hooked up to a device Rick constructed to aid in his demise, Rick splits his ribcage open and feeds Morty pasta. Rick made it so disgusting that Morty throws up in front of everyone else. Rick points out that the narrative is about the intricacies of life rather than morality. The family doesn't want to know why, but Morty dishes them the greatest Salisbury steaks they've ever had the next week. Rick says they shouldn't hold it against him when they discover the truth about it. It's even worse than the previous meal. It is revealed that a planet of vacuum cleaners is experiencing the same problem after the credits have rolled.